Now, Verstappen has 7 poles in the last 10 races. Verstappen's back on provisional pole here in Austin. We're into the 132s with Red Bull. Can Perez get pole? Oh, he can't get pole. It was there for him, but Verstappen has snatched that pole position out of Sergio Perez's hands, and Red Bull, who had a front row lockout, now a 1 and 3, because the two championship protagonists, Verstappen and Hamilton, for the 7th time this season, lock out the front row between them.
Yes! 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 U.S. Grand Prix! You kidding me? In the paddock, F1 Greeny and the cheese. That was David Croft's call on Sky Sports, courtesy of Formula1.com. Yes, we are in America. FP3 was on at 12:30 in the afternoon. Come on. It wasn't 5 o'clock like I have to get up for most of the time. Qualifying was 5 in the afternoon. Come on, not 9 o'clock. It was madness. Madness. I love it when it's here. Yes, but where are we? We are in Austin, Texas. Yes, sir. Michael, did you know Austin is the capital of Texas?
I did know that.
He just gives me a point. That's pretty lame.
I did know that.
You don't get to talk here.
Home of the University of Texas. Yes, continue.
All right. Yes, it is, sir. Very good. Also home to Ziegler Park, where you can bring a little picnic basket, but also bring your swim trunk, sir, because there's 3 acres of a natural spring there, running at a cool 68. It probably feels pretty nice on a hot Texas day, I gotta say. And you've got to stop at Franklin's Barbecue. And if you do, you better get your butt there early and get the brisket. That's some fine barbecue there in Austin. And if you're really looking for a drink or a little party time, let's hit the Dirty Six, 6th Street. A little half mile of bars and clubs. Let's get that drink on, boys and girls. But this isn't a travel show, history show, or any of that jargon here. No, this is an F1 show. And we're racing at the Circuit of the Americas, COTA for short. We saw Max take pole on a sick ass lap. Lewis second, Checo third. 120,000 people were there today. 140 expected tomorrow. The fans in America are out. Formula One is hot. Michael, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Cheese. I cannot believe that you did a wonderful 2-minute introduction there. Take a breather. Take a spot on the end of the bench. What a day in Texas. Everything's big in Texas, so why shouldn't we have over 100,000 fans packed in at the Circuit of the Americas? Right. Why shouldn't we have? And did you see the octopus that was like shooting flames? Yeah. What was that all about?
I don't know.
Everything's cool. Big in Texas. Everything's big in Texas. Why shouldn't F1? And here we go, man. Mercedes has always, every single time, had a car on the front row at every single Circuit of the Americas in F1. And why should today be any different? Lewis Hamilton in second, but that means Max Verstappen with a, as you said, sick-ass lap to finish it up. You said it, I'm just repeating it. To finish up dude. And take pole, puts Lewis second. 1-3, as you heard in the introduction there, with Perez, Red Bull, and Bottas 4, so that rounds out the top 2 rows. And,
well, Bottas has a 5-place grid penalty, sir.
Well, yes, he's
got a new ICU.
Yeah, so everything is met. We have Russell, we have a whole bunch of Pierre Gasly, we have a whole bunch of vehicles that will not be starting where they finished. We'll get to that later, but first, what a finishing lap there by Max Verstappen! Unbelievable. Really, I hate using the word unbelievable because it is believable because he did it in Texas. Really, what a finish! What excitement! Is Max
going to be exciting tomorrow's start? Start will be fun. Max and Lewis side by side.
Yeah.
What you pay for?
7 time.
What you
7
pay
time
for?
this year. 7 time this
And
season.
sometimes, and things get a little rough. Things get a little rough between them, so it's going to be exciting start. Did you hear the roar when like Max, Checo, and Lewis all, where they ended up getting the pole, like they're, went up to first on the charts there, and when they crossed the line, did you hear the roar of the crowd? When they came across.
You felt
I have
it.
not heard a roar like that at a U.S. Grand Prix ever. Ever. Thank bloody God that finally people here have woken up to Formula One.
Felt like I haven't felt that since like the big Indy 500 days and races like that. That's what it felt like. What a great feeling back in the U.S. And we have 2 races next year in the U.S. as we spoke about last week, which adding Miami to the schedule coming up in May.
Talking of maybe a third up in the future, and nobody's saying that it's not going to happen.
We'll see. There's a huge market here.
Representatives are actually at COTA this weekend. Do you know where that is, Michael? Where the third U.S. Grand Prix could be?
Will it be the Grand Prix of New York or New Jersey?
Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby.
That would be a treat for F1 fans.
They have raced in Vegas before in the past. They did in the past, but that is the rumor that is going around right now. But we're not here to talk about rumors in the future. We're talking about today, sir. Talking about today.
Yeah, and again today.
What about Checo? Let's give a little shout out to Checo right here off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Checo's been on it all weekend. All weekend, he's actually been right there with Max all throughout the weekend. So look out for Checo coming this weekend. Checo he stopped using Max's setups apparently the last couple races when Checo seemed to come alive a bit. He's using his own kind of setups now and not going off of the base of Max. So Checo might be throwing stuff down the last number of races here. If he's got that change, he's got the confidence in the car.
Yeah.
Anything to say, sir? Are you medicated and caffeinated?
As usual, my friend.
I forgot that I did at the beginning. We're medicated and we're caffeinated.
Yeah, you could have blew that.
I didn't in my notes. You son of a gun.
Didn't put it in the book. Yeah, I just keep thinking about the end of the last lap there, and we had the rain coming in. I mean, how bizarre was that? Shows you once again, as we talk about all season long, how it's important to lay down a decent lap before you make that final charge. You do need that decent lap in there. And if you don't have something to fall back on, we see it seems to be getting better, but like it was like raining on parts of the track. So southern US. You get that in Florida, you get that in Texas.
It's like one cloud in the sky.
Yeah, it's like a cloud that's raining on parts. And depending on which way the wind blew is the way it's going to blow it back on the track or get the track wet. You got some sprinkles there at the end. And when you're talking about a quarter of a second, a tenth of a second, those raindrops really do matter, even if it's minimal raindrops. So very interesting, because you could not have made it more interesting for those Red Bull fans or Mercedes fans as we went around the last lap. Any final words on today's poll and front row?
Well, Max and Lewis have been going out all weekend. I mean, Max was setting up to go for a fast lap in FP2 yesterday, and Lewis came up beside and passed him. And they were going side by side up the hill into turn 1. It was practice 2. So the game is on. And this is what you pay for. They're the best 2 drivers right now and the best 2 cars. Let's get it on. This is what you pay for. This is what we all come to see. It's close. We want it close. We want it to come to the wire. It looks like we're going to get it because these guys are in each other's face. And I like it. Get the fists out. Max gave Lewis the bird on Friday. The little number 1 salute there. So the game's on. They don't like each other.
Yeah, they haven't liked each other all season. I mean, they had several instances where we had some tension there down on pit row, and it's been interesting. It's been really interesting this year. Thank goodness we've had some interest where we've had this race down the stretch, as we talked about all season. We talked about preseason. Now is the time to put up and shut up, and it can go either way. As you saw today, the way a rain cloud comes in and the way the wind blows can determine both the championship and the Constructors' Championships this season. That's how close we are. That's how crazy it is. Greeny and the Cheese, F1 in the paddock. Back after this. What's up, everyone? Greeny from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yes, we are back, Greeny the Cheese, in the paddock F1, my friends. Feeling good, feeling grand, because we are in the United States of America. Finally, as we begin what's going to be a crazy, crazy year, because between now and next October, we're going to have 3 races, because we're going to be back here next year, and we're going to have 1 race in the middle. So over the next 12 and a half months here, we're going to have 3 races in the U.S. Very, very exciting, if you think of it that way. And what an opening to the Grand Prix of America this year, with a fantastic, fantastic win by Max Verstappen, getting on pole. And I'm stalling a little bit here because I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. Because
I was going to say you sound pretty gosh darn medicated, man.
Because listen. I'm a little nervous because we have a new segment that we're debuting tonight. It's the Quizmasters Cockpit. And I am the first person to go in this Quizmasters Cockpit. So it's a little nerve-wracking.
You're probably
I don't know what's in the cockpit. I don't know what's in this cockpit. I have no idea. It is a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm slightly worried for what questions you have for me and how I'm going to embarrass myself and how you are going to laugh. But I don't know what I have in store, so I'm a little bit nervous and a little bit anxious. I'm probably more excited than anything. Quizmasters Cockpit, Cheese. The floor is yours. Since you are the Quizmaster.
Since I am the Quizmaster. Well, you started to enjoy the questions I pop out for you every week. So I thought I'd come up with something, ask you a couple questions, and put you in the cockpit in the hot seat. See if you can do it. So this week, we're testing this format out. We got some ideas to how to make this go in the future, but I didn't have anything cupcake for you this week. Got some kind of tough ones, I think. I don't think you're going to get diddly poo out of all 3. Do you have your bell ready, sir?
I don't have the bell. I ordered it, but it didn't come yet.
Well, Amazon sucks.
Well,
thank you, Amazon.
You know, these guys. But I can bring a buzzer up. I can figure out a buzzer sound.
I'll do a ding ding noise if you get anything right.
Ding ding. I will do the buzzer when I inevitably get it wrong. Let's test the buzzer.
But I think. All right. There you go.
All right. We got the buzzer. It works.
I'll give you the old Rocky. Yeah. Ding ding if you get it right. Are you ready for your first question, Michael?
No, but you're gonna give it to me anyway.
Since we are at the U.S. Grand Prix this week, I got 2 questions for you. This is the first one of the 2 pertaining to the U.S. Grand Prix. How many?
Wait. This is question 1, which is a 2-parter.
No, there's just 2 questions.
All right. I apologize.
Pertaining to the U.S. Grand Prix, as we are at the U.S. Grand Prix.
All right.
So we are at COTA in Austin, Texas, Michael, this week. How many U.S. Grand Prix have been run at Austin?
Wow.
Counting this one as well.
Counting this one.
Including
this weekend. How many have been run?
We need like Jeopardy music right now.
We don't have Jeopardy music right now, but I'm gonna say 17.
Oh, that's wrong. That is wrong. That is way more. This is the 9th.
I was going to say 9.
Yeah, you're gonna say 9, schmo 9, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's a big fat can of note for question 1. So.
That was like a softball too, and I blew it. And it was saying in my head it was 9.
Yeah, well, as the old saying goes, you always go with that gut instinct, sir.
Yeah, I know. I screwed it up. And
next question.
Next question.
Give me the buzzer again, because that was just gosh darn awful. 17. Next question. A little harder, since you thought that one was a cupcake. I thought it was as I said, I didn't think you're getting any of these, but all right. This one's definitely harder. I was surprised for this one, for the answer on this one myself.
There you go.
So, how many in total U.S. Grand Prix have there been in F1 history?
How many total U.S. Grand Prix?
Including the 9 at COTA. That is included.
Well,
but how many total Grand Prix in America?
There's been a lot.
A lot more than I thought.
Lot
more than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little surprised on this one myself.
Gonna go with 38.
Oh no, not even close. There have been 60 U.S. Grand Prix.
Wow.
I did not know that myself.
Including this weekend.
This is the 9th edition at COTA, the 60th U.S. Grand Prix overall. In the, what are we on, 76th year of Formula One? How about them apples?
All right. So I got 2 yellow sectors.
Incorrect.
Here.
You got 2 like reds. You're going slow.
You're going slow. Get off. Move to the right, please.
It's like a warm-up lap right now. You're going.
Move to the right. Let the actual drivers pass by. All right, next question.
Right. Final question. Definitely a harder one. Pertaining to the current season, this question goes with. There is a driver who is sneakily on a 9-race point streak, heading into this weekend at Coda.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. This is, outside of your Lewis and,
Right.
Max, the head boys here. Somebody is on a sneaky 9-race streak of points. Can you name that driver?
Wow. Without looking.
This is the question I had for you last. This is the question I had from last race. I've been holding this one for 2 weeks.
Is it Lance Stroll?
No, it is not.
Ooh.
Carlos Sainz is on a 9-race point sneak. 9-race point sneak.
Very sneaky.
9-race point sneak. Very sneakily.
Sneaky, but he should be. These are drivers that should be,
Well, things do happen.
Things happen.
Things do happen. An engine goes or something like that, and you have you get a DNF. So there goes your points. You get a little kerfuffle there in turn 1 or something. You lose a wing. You got to pit early. Throws you off. Things happen.
Yeah. As far as
sneaky, quietly on a 9-race point streak. So give me the buzzer again, because you are incorrect, sir. Oh for 3, as I predicted. Let's get you out of that cockpit, because you don't belong
Prognosticator of prognosticator. And that is our lap around the track in the Quizmasters Cockpit.
That was a poor lap.
I'll put you in the cockpit next time. All right? You're taking a lap. You're taking a lap in the next race because you got a big mouth. All right, I'll admit I wasn't.
Those were hard questions. I'm not gonna lie; those were hard questions.
Yeah, I think we got
The first one was a little cupcake-ish. We'll have to do it like millionaire style in the future.
Elimination. You get it wrong, you're done. You're done.
Then we'll get some hints. We'll get some hints in there if you need them. You can phone a friend or something.
Phone a friend, get someone on the phone. No one would know.
Or, we'll come up with something that you can get, I'll give you some, mini clues or something, a clue to go with it. If you need to, we'll come up with something to make it a little bit easier. Those are some hard questions.
Envelope number 2.
I did not know the second question. I would not have guessed 60. Not even close to that.
I didn't. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll bring something entertaining as we always do for you guys. And of course, in the paddock USA at gmail.com. Hit us up in the paddock USA at gmail.com. Cheese. How are you feeling about your Greeny Bucks situation?
Are we not going to do our surprises, sir?
It's not easy doing the show.
I'm going to take over here because you're lost on society.
Easy now. All right, go for it.
You're lost. So we're gonna go Q1 surprises. I'm going to say Lance Stroll missing out on getting out of Q2, and Russell again, Mr. Saturday, getting himself out of Q1 into Q2. Does it again in that rubbish Williams. But it wasn't really much for Q1 outside of that, in my humble opinion. Your house trash is in the back, where they belong.
What are you gonna do? I was actually only 4 times. Hello, no, I was actually gonna say only 4 times this year has Nikita Mazepin not been in the last row. So why would it be any different? 4 times he hasn't been, and that was only because of easy now because of engine situations and other drivers ending up in the back row. So yeah, Nikita Mazepin once again in the back row. At some point we'll see if they can consistently make it out of the back row. We'll see what happens next year. But for this year, I don't assume anything besides Nikita Mazepin really needs to get out of there because Schumacher's definitely not been in the back row as many times as Nikita. I think he's been not in the back row about 10 times, so more than half of the season. But Nikita Mazepin, 80% of the season starting in the back row. That's crazy. That's got to be close to a record. That's got to be close to a record.
It's trash.
I mean, that's almost unacceptable. And then to keep your seat. So, yeah, Haas has got a lot of splaining to do with Nikita Mazepin. All right, man. Q2.
So
Talk to me.
Q2. Got a couple for you here. Both Alpines. Nobody in the Q3. Nobody. A little bit of surprise. Alpines have been pretty good recently, especially Alonso, even though he's going to the back of the grid anyway, because of little, basically replacing every darn component there is. And I'm going to say Yuki for the second race in a row getting himself in the Q3. We've trashed the man pretty much all season. So as we do in this program, we trash you, you do something right, we'll talk about you. And not trash.
Jay stuck in there. Had a great final lap there.
He did have a darn good final lap. You got to give it to him. Got himself into Q3. 2 races in a row now for the young Japanese driver. And that's all I got for Q2.
Right on. So that is Q2, which only means that we have Q3 to go, which you have situations, as we talked about earlier. We have Bottas is going to... But talk to me about... I want to hear about Ferrari. That's who I want to hear about. I want to hear about the ponies, son. You want some heat? You want some noise? Give me the freaking ponies. Talk to me. Starting 4-5. You talked about your Carlos Sainz. You're all pumped up.
Points are going. Points are on the table here. I mean, outside of before Bottas gets his grid penalty there, the top 4 they went 2-2 like they were getting on Noah's Ark here. I mean, everybody was side by side. Ferrari, McLaren, and then AlphaTauri. But the red cars are quick. They've been looking quick all weekend. Right there behind the Mercs and the Red Bulls. A little quicker than the McLarens. With this new Ferrari motor looking like a bit of a little red pony there finally. It's good to see. Good to see a little slowly creeping quietly. Ferrari that car has been progressing all season long. Now everything gets, trashed out the window for next year. We'll see, what kind of crap they come up with next year. But it looks like we got a motor anyway. It's not onto the, power of the Merc, but the Merc's got a lot of problems on its own. Let's not beat around the bush here. They got some major reliability issues on this thing. What's Bottas on? His 6th ICU? You only get 3. That's some reliability issues. There's no way in hell Lewis is making it through the rest of the season with not 1, if not 2 ICU changes. There's no way. There's no reliability in the Merc compared to the Honda and the Red Bull. It's a major problem here for Mercedes. Major problem. But the Ferraris are quick. Coming. Boys in red. My boys. Scuderia Ferrari. Yes, sir.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
My team's on the front, and your team is where it belongs, at the back.
Yeah, Ferrari looks more and more likely to potentially finish 3rd as McLaren's taking a little bit of a step back. And it looks like we're going to have a race for the top for 1-2, a race for 3-4. We're going to take a break and take a breather here. Because we have
go get a sip of tea or some Red Bull or something and wake your ass
Greeny
up.
Bucks.
Get demedicated a little bit. Get a little snack in there. Get some nuts.
I'll get some nuts. I'll get a snack. We'll be back. Greeny the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back after this.
Yes. Let's get that vibe going. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we are back in the Paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese, U.S. Grand Prix, Circuit of the Americas, COTA. But that's not where we're going right now. Oh, no. We're going to that fantasy island of green goodness of Greentopia, where I still remain Lord of Greentopia. Kiss the ring, Greeny. Kiss the ring, sir. It's time for Greeny Bucks. Although you can only use Greeny Bucks to bet on gambling on Greentopia.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you pay for anything else.
Thank goodness, because I would not be able to feed my children. So, yeah, the standings are I have 555 Greeny Bucks. You have 1,004. I'm sorry. I have 5,035 Greeny Bucks. Try to rob the bank there.
What? You have 5? You ain't got no 5,000.
535 Greeny Bucks. And you have 1,020 Greeny Bucks. So you're getting back to that 0 point. I just want to make a note of that as we speak. Irregardless, you did get up, about 20%, and now you're back to, a 2% gain on the season. So as you pat yourself on the back, it is with a slight taste of vinegar there.
We're still beating you though.
Yeah, you're still kicking my ass. Almost doubled. We got to get a big win here. Yeah. I'm looking at it very interesting. I think I'm still being a little conservative with my picks, but Cheese, give it to me. What you got?
All right, we're gonna go biggest mover first. I'm gonna take Fernando.
Starting way back. He's starting 14th.
He'll be starting the backs. He's further in the back. He's got all the engine change.
Oh, that's right. He's way in the back.
He's at the back. So it's Fernando. Lap 1, he'll probably pass like 6 people going to do the first couple corners because it's Fernando. So take Fernando, biggest mover. Take it.
Biggest mover. I'm going to go a little bit different and probably a little bit of with the odds as well. I'm going to go Kimmy. Kimmy. I'm feeling it. He's been a biggest mover several times this season. He's had a lot of passing this season. I'm feeling the Iceman. It's coming towards the end of his career. I think he's going to have a...
Well, it's not quick today.
I think he's going to surprise some people tomorrow. And give me Kimmy because he's given a little bit better than 2.5 to 1. So, and I'm assuming you're taking 20 on...
We're going to go 10.
10 on Alonso. That is the shocker of the season. I'm picking my jaw off the floor. So I'm going to go 20 for Kimmy just because you did 10 for Fernando. And pretty rare that we have different picks for the biggest gainers, but away we go. All right. So winner or trifecta?
Let's go winner. I'm going to take Mad Max. End of the weekend, made a couple tweaks to that Red Bull, and it came alive. And he was definitely quicker than Lewis there. He's keeping up with him with the straight line pace. So give me Max.
Yeah.
Give me Max.
For how much? 10, 25?
I'm going to take 20.
20
Max to win.
With Max trying to stay above the Mendoza line and not down with me and double A. All right, so
double A, he says.
I think
what's triple A? Over 700?
Yeah, I'd say 750. 750. And then the big leagues, you want to be better than average. So you want to be at like 7 to 15% return. It's a good return. 10 to 15%. So neither of us are anywhere near there at this point.
No.
I started writing my concession speech.
Oh, Jesus.
So with that, I'm going to go Lewis. I'm going to go 20 on Lewis tomorrow because I think you and I need this. We need to pick different guys here because it's just about over. It's just about over.
You need a Hall & Oates Double Gun Sunday.
I'm going to admit I need a Double Gun Sunday. So I'm going to start with Lewis Hamilton. I'm going to switch it up in the trifecta. I actually have Max winning the trifecta just for a backup. But so a spoiler alert. But give me.
You got a little. He's got the double. He's got all the stuff going on.
I got to work it. I got to work it.
Box it. You got to box it.
Not here. Maybe at the track. All right, give it to me. Trifecta.
20 Greeny bucks. We're gonna go Max, Lewis, Checo.
All right, very conservative with Max, Lewis, Checo. Trying to finish off strong. And
the quickest cars all weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna
go.
Even
at a race pace, they're the quickest cars.
I'm gonna go with a payday. That makes sense. So I'm trying to go. I'm gonna have to go 25-1 or better. I'm gonna go Lewis, Max, Leclerc.
Wow, you just said you were gonna put Max at first. Look at that. He's already changing what he just said. Spoiler? Guess what? That spoiler's trashed.
Yeah, trashed that. I went back. And I'll tell you why. The odds for Max, I think, are better than they should be. And they're better than they should be. And Lewis Hamilton, he's got a shot. Tell me Lewis doesn't have a shot?
He's absolutely got a shot.
So he's got a shot. So, and then I'm looking forward to see Ferrari on the podium once again. And I'm not saying Checo's going to, not be able to battle there, but he's had some issues. I think the curse of the second seat of Red Bull has bit him a little bit again this season. And I don't know. I'm not feeling Checo, but I'm feeling Lewis, Max, Leclerc, Kimi for the biggest gainer, and Lewis Hamilton for the win. You have Max Verstappen, Max Hamilton, Perez, and Fernando Alonso as the biggest gainer this week. There it is, Greeny Bucks, for the Grand Prix of the US 2021. And final thoughts, my friend.
Get your popcorn ready for tomorrow. With Max and Lewis side by side. Definitely don't want to miss the first couple corners. I'll say that. Definitely don't want to miss the first couple corners. Going right up against the NFL. What was it, 1:30 tomorrow? If I'm not mistaken.
Right against my New York Football Giants.
Well, you don't. Well, dude, come on. You know they're going to lose again anyway, so come on.
It was over before the season. It was over before the season started. It was over.
And aren't they missing like 3 starters too tomorrow? So come on. You really going to watch that trash? You're going to watch
missing a starter. Missing a starter in the NFL is an opportunity for someone else to succeed. So I never worry about missing a starter in the NFL. This is not an NFL show, my friends. I might watch Dune again instead. Maybe we'll do that.
Instead of watching the Formula One race. You can get your melange spice after.
I might have to get my melange spice at some point tomorrow. Once again, we'll be back tomorrow. Don't miss us too much. We appreciate the support we've been getting from literally around the world. Every single continent in the world has shown us love. It is overwhelming. Cheese can still not wrap his head around it. So,
no.
Yeah, everyone besides Antarctica. So we have no listeners. If you know someone that is a scientist at the South Pole and wants to throw us just like one listen so we can complete the globetrot. If we got an email from Antarctica, you would love that. You wouldn't know what to do with it.
I'm already surprised with all the support we get already.
So we appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
The Grand Prix of the United States at a normal time here in America, an abnormal time for the rest of the world. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their 11 p.m. European F1 special qualifying. It's late. It was late tonight.
Yeah.
It was late. Well, hopefully everyone enjoyed it.
It's like when we get a race in like Australia or something.
Yeah. It's almost. A couple hours difference. Hopefully you guys are in Europe or waking up, listening to Greeny and the Cheese before the race. We'll see you tomorrow night after the race. Say what you got to say, homie.
We'll see you tomorrow. Get that popcorn ready. It should be a humdinger.
Peace.
As always, stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.
Peace.